Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Senior Chief Brian Dovey, the Drill Hall Leading Chief Petty Officer. On behalf of Rear Admiral Edward E. Hunter, Commander Naval Training Center, Great Lakes, and Captain Craig Hansen, our Commanding Officer, welcome to Recruit Training Command's Recruit Graduation Ceremony and Pass in Review. Today you will see 8 divisions, 658 sailors participate in the graduation ceremony and Pass in Review. There will also be performances by the recruit drill team, band, choir, state flags, and staff units. These units are composed entirely of recruits. The unit positioned in front of the drill team is the review commander and staff. The review commander is responsible for conducting the graduation ceremony and Pass in Review. The review commander for today is Seaman Recruit Olivia Chiu from Houston, Texas. Also performing today is the Navy Band Great Lakes, under the direction of Lieutenant Ralph Ingram. The Navy Band Great Lakes was formed in 1917 and was first directed by Lieutenant Commander John Philip Sousa. This is the only Navy band in the Midwest and performs throughout the Great Lakes region. Today's band conductor is musician second class Ken Fabus. And drum majoring for today's review is musician second class Roberta Hayworth. Early in training, the recruits are formed into divisions of approximately 80 recruits and assigned division commanders. The division commanders are the key people in the life of the recruits and are the backbone of recruit training. They are responsible for teaching the individual recruits how to carry out the exacting routines of military life. The division commanders must serve as counselors, disciplinarians, administrators, and military leaders. Above all, they must show themselves as outstanding examples of military appearance, attitude, and behavior. The Recruit Chief Petty Officer takes charge of the division in the absence of the division commanders and will lead the divisions as they pass in review today. It is now my pleasure to introduce the divisions, division commanders, and Recruit Chief Petty Officers of the graduating divisions. As each division and individual is introduced, the competitive flags won by the division and the state flags indicating the home states of the Recruit Chief Petty Officers will be raised. Please hold your applause until all introductions have been completed, starting from my right. Division 4, 3, 1. Commanded by Petty Officer First Class Michael Curry, Petty Officer First Class Harold Austin, and Petty Officer Second Class Matthew Martini. And their Recruit Chief Petty Officer, Seaman Recruit David Matuska from Gainesville, Georgia. Division 4, 3, 2. Commanded by Chief Petty Officer James Bilski, Petty Officer First Class Chris Beaupre, and Petty Officer Second Class Bruce Johnson. And their Recruit Chief Petty Officer, Seaman Recruit John DeBoll from Columbus, Ohio. Division 4, 3, 3. Commanded by Chief Petty Officer Richard Lawler, Petty Officer First Class Graylin Rockman, and Petty Officer First Class Anthony Fisher. And their Recruit Chief Petty Officer, Seaman Recruit Alan Hall from Parksley, Virginia. Division 4, 3, 4. Commanded by Chief Petty Officer Arnel De Leon, Chief Petty Officer Laura Johnson, and Petty Officer First Class Axel Mueller. And their Recruit Chief Petty Officer, Seaman Recruit Tanisha Sutherland from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. Division 4, 3, 5. Commanded by Chief Petty Officer David Duncan, Chief Petty Officer Todd Nelson, and Petty Officer Second Class Alex Payumo. And their Recruit Chief Petty Officer, Seaman Recruit Damon Martin from East Palo Alto, California. Division 4, 3, 6. Commanded by Chief Petty Officer Steve Austin, Petty Officer Second Class Johnson Lane, and Petty Officer Second Class Willie Tolles. And their Recruit Chief Petty Officer, Seaman Recruit Casey Quinn from Beloit, Wisconsin. Division 4, 3, 7. commanded by Chief Petty Officer Kevin Fall, Petty Officer First Class Constancio Punzalan, and Petty Officer Second Class Daryl McGee. And their recruit Chief Petty Officer, Seaman Recruit Eric Dem from Stamford, Connecticut. Division 438. Commanded by Chief Petty Officer David Nelson, Chief Petty Officer Mary Madden, and Petty Officer Second Class Linda Gonzalez. And their recruit Chief Petty Officer, Seaman Recruit Monique Brown from Long Beach, California. On behalf of the commanding officer and the staff recruit training command, we congratulate these division commanders and recruit chief petty officers on a job well done.
Recruit Training Command, arriving. Naval Training Center, arriving. Master Chief Petty Officer, United States Navy, arriving. The guests may be seated.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming,
whose bright stripes and bright stars through the perilous fights o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, stars bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Chaplain Hughes will now deliver this evening's invocation.
Let us pray. Gracious God, Lord of the universe, we ask your blessing on these young men and women who are to pass in review today. In the tradition of the centurion in the gospel, let them know that they are men and women under authority. Help them to realize always that they have been called to be responsible to honor your name, obligated to seek peace and pursue it in the name of humanity, sworn to uphold the love of this land and to use their professional skills in the interest of this nation, charged to bring honor to their families, and accountable to themselves and to you, Father, for the integrity of their actions. Bless them, O Lord, and grant them the satisfaction of success deserved and enjoyed. Amen.
Eternal Father, strong to save, whose art found the restless maid, who bids the mighty ocean deep its appointed limits keep. Oh, hear us when we cry to thee, for those in peril on the sea.
The guests may be seated. Historically, it is at this point when the commanding officer would issue orders and instructions to the unit commanders. Following this, the unit commanders would then face about and relay these orders to their divisions. The following is a visual demonstration of the chain of command.
Division! Report! Ready 431! All personnel can closer! Farewell! Division 432! All personnel can closer! Farewell! Division 433! All personnel can closer!
Good morning, Captain. All divisions present or accounted for. Request permission to commence the review.
Very well. Commence the review.
Aye, aye, sir.
The Sailor's Creed.
The United States of America, and I will obey the orders of those appointed over me. I represent the fighting spirit of the Navy and those who have gone before me to defend freedom and democracy around the world. I proudly serve my country's Navy combat team with honor, courage, and commitment. I am committed to excellence and the fair treatment of all. Good morning, Master Chief. I present the graduating divisions. Request permission to continue the review.
Very well, continue the review.
Aye, aye, Master Chief.
Yo ho, sailor's life for me. We'll go a-sailing, sailing over the bounding main. Oh, many a stormy wind shall blow till we come home again. Sailing, sailing over the bounding main. Oh, many a stormy wind shall blow till we come home again. Oh, sailor's life is a life for me. How I love to sail on the rolling sea. If you want to sail a ship like mine and be a sailor all the time, then you can come to boot camp just like me.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Captain Zana Tellis. I'm the Executive Officer, Recruit Training Command, and I'd like to take a few minutes to introduce our performing units. All of our special performing units are trained on board the USS Blue Ridge, and they're in weeks 6 through 8. Completing their 6th week of training are our Review Commander, her Bugler, Adjutant, and the Staff Division. Completing the 7th week are the State Flag Division, and completing their 8th and final week are the Triple Threat Division, and that consists of the band, the choir, and the drill team. And last but not least, singing Anchors Away are your sons and daughters. Please join me in acknowledging all their accomplishments.
Good evening. I'm Captain Craig Hansen, Commanding Officer of Recruit Training Command. On behalf of Commander Naval Training Center, Great Lakes, I'd like to welcome you to this evening's Recruit Graduation Pass and Review. A special welcome to our reviewing officer, Master Chief Personnelman John James Dickinson III, Command Master Chief for the Naval Reserve Center, Fort Dix, New Jersey. To our special guest, Commander Khalid Khan, Commanding Officer of the Naval Construction Training Center, Port Hueneme, California, and especially to the family and friends of today's graduates who have come to share this significant milestone with these new sailors. Your Navy continues to be manned by top-quality sailors like those you see before you. Our challenge now and in the future will be to maintain that quality and the readiness of our naval forces. Admiral Hunter, this training group is ready to graduate and serve in the world's finest Navy. These sailors have successfully completed battle stations and earned the right to wear the uniform recognized around the world as a symbol of freedom. I present 658 of the Navy's newest and proudest sailors.
Competition among individual recruits and divisions promotes teamwork, attention to detail, and pride in accomplishment. Divisions performing above standards throughout the 8 weeks of training are awarded recognition flags in 4 mission areas. These 4 mission areas are academic achievement, weapons and military drill, compartment readiness, and physical fitness. These flags are carried as a visible symbol of the division's performance. Each flag indicates that your sailors individually and as teams met established standards in 1 or more mission area events. Congratulations to all these graduation divisions for their performance and achievement. Captain Hansen will now present this week's individual awards. He will be joined on the drill deck by our reviewing officer, Master Chief Petty Officer Dickinson, and our special guest of honor, Commander Kahn. Each honor graduate will receive a replica of sculptor Stanley Blyfeld's The Lone Sailor. These statuettes are provided by the Fleet Reserve Association and will be presented at the reception following this evening's ceremony. And it is now a pleasure to introduce the honor graduates for the graduating divisions. Seaman Recruit Maurice McClendon, Division 431 from Chicago, Illinois. Seaman Recruit Vincent Simpson, Division 432 from Cleveland, Ohio. Seaman Recruit Mark Evans, Division 433 from Phoenix, Arizona. Seaman Recruit Teresa Smith, Division 434 from Odessa, Texas. Seaman Recruit Michael Zott, Division 435 from Middlebury, Connecticut. Seaman Recruit Andrew Biddle, Division 436 from Cincinnati, Ohio. Seaman Recruit William Bishop, Division 437 from Lansdale, Pennsylvania. Seaman Recruit Yvonne Rodriguez, Division 438 from San Antonio, Texas. To each honor graduate goes the traditional Navy recognition of Bravo Zulu, which means congratulations, sailors, well done. Seaman Recruit Sarah Ingram, Division 434 from Nampa, Idaho, is this week's recipient of the Academic Excellence Award, which recognizes the sailor who achieves the highest overall academic score during recruit training. It is sponsored by the Lake Defiance chapter of the Illinois Society of the Sons of the American Revolution. Seaman Recruit Ingram, congratulations on your outstanding accomplishment. Well done, sailor. Seaman Recruit Vivian Wygand of Division 438 from Pensacola, Florida, is the winner of the United Service Organization Award. This award is presented to the recruit who best exemplifies the spirit and intent of the word shipmate. Seaman Recruit Wygand has earned this week's USO Award. Congratulations, shipmate, on a job well done. Seaman Recruit Charles Hilliard, Division 433 from Springfield, Ohio, is the recipient of the Military Order of World Wars Award of Merit. This award is presented for meritorious performance during recruit training. Seaman Recruit Hilliard, you are commended for your achievement and selection for this award. Well done, sailor. The Retired Officers Association Leadership Award is presented to the Recruit Chief Petty Officer who has best demonstrated exceptional professionalism. Seaman Recruit Casey Quinn of Division 436 from Beloit, Wisconsin, is the recipient of this week's Leadership Award. As the primary assistant to the Recruit Division Commander, he demonstrated exceptional tenacity and leadership. Seaman Recruit Quinn, congratulations on your outstanding performance. Well done, sailor. For having displayed outstanding qualities of leadership best expressed in the American spirit of honor, initiative, and loyalty, Seaman Recruit Jason Nocteborn of Division 432 from Flagstaff, Arizona, has been awarded the Navy League Award. This award is sponsored by the Navy League of the United States and is awarded to outstanding recruits selected upon graduation from basic training. Seaman Recruit Nocteborn, for your outstanding performance, we congratulate you. Well done, sailor. Seaman Recruit Charles Williams of Division 432 from Albany, Georgia, is this week's recipient of the Navy Club of the United States of America Military Excellence Award. This award is presented to that sailor whose total performance in recruit training sets him apart from the 658 sailors graduating today. Seaman Recruit Williams' total performance in recruit training best exemplifies the qualities of enthusiasm, devotion to duty, professional and academic achievement, military appearance and behavior, self-discipline, and teamwork. Seaman Recruit Williams, the staff of Recruit Training Command salutes you as the finest of this group of graduating sailors. Well done, sailor. It is appropriate to recognize such outstanding individual accomplishments by these sailors with a round of 3 cheers. The adjutant will now lead all graduation divisions in 3 cheers for the honor graduates and award winners.
reviewing officer for today's passing review is Master Chief Personnelman John Dickinson III, Command Master Chief for the Naval Reserve Center, Fort Dix, New Jersey. A native of South Glens Falls, New York, Master Chief Dickinson began his naval career in May of 1967 as a naval reservist. He earned a bachelor's degree in business administration from Rogers Williams University in 1988 and is a distinguished graduate from the Navy Senior Enlisted Academy. His sea tours have included the destroyers Mole and Forrest Sherman and the minesweeper Affray. His short tours have included administration and personnel supervisor for the Naval Reserve Center, Glen Falls, New York, administrative officer for personnel support activity, Newport, Rhode Island, and manpower and personnel officer for the Naval Surface Group 4. Master Chief Dickinson has served as Command Master Chief for Naval Reserve Readiness Center, Providence, Rhode Island, and Naval Reserve Readiness Center, Brooklyn, New York. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in a warm Recruit Training Command welcome to a distinguished sailor, today's reviewing officer, Master Chief John Dickinson III.
Admiral Hunter, Captain Hansen, Captain Tellis, our guest of honor, Commander Kahn, Master Chief Sheridan, Master Chief McHale, fellow shipmates, family, friends, and recruits. Welcome to today's passing review and graduation ceremony. I would like to personally thank the Admiral and Master Chief Merrill for extending me the privilege of being today's guest speaker. I know our graduating recruits are looking forward to getting through the ceremony and spending time with family and friends. And I'm also sure they can't wait to sit down, as I know they've been doing a lot of standing at attention marching the past 8 weeks. Therefore, I'll try to be brief. As I observe the festivities of today's graduation, I'm reminded that I stood the exact same spot as these recruits 20 some odd years ago this past August. It certainly does bring back some memories, some fond, and I'm sure the recruits will agree with me, some not so fond. And I'm sure that these recruits will also share in memories like these someday. My speech today is twofold. First, I would like to address the family members and friends in the audience who were able to make the trip here for the graduation ceremony. Thank you for taking the time out of your busy schedules to join us in this celebration. Your loved ones, our recruits, have had a busy and arduous trek over the past 8 weeks. You should be justly proud of their accomplishments and the fact they are standing before you here today graduating. Their accomplishments are a tribute to the love and support of all their family members, for without this encouragement, their journey would have been even more difficult. Now to the graduating class of recruits. I would like to borrow from a quote from the author Oliver Wendell Holmes, who said, "What lies behind us? What lies before us? Are tiny matters to what lies within us." I think over the past 8 weeks, you recruits have found what lies within you. That is the courage to persevere through the most arduous regimen so that you may stand before this audience today, passing from a recruit to a sailor. I've had the opportunity to observe the quality of training here over the past 2 days. This includes a stressful period called battle stations. Recruit division commanders, you would be commended on the success of these recruits, and I extend to you a personal well done. I've also observed recent graduates of the Recruit Training Command at my duty station. The quality of new sailors that we are turning out is the best it has ever been in the Navy. I am proud to say that with sailors like these recruits going to the fleet, my Navy will be in great hands. You are highly trained and motivated individuals who I am sure will excel wherever you are assigned. I encourage you to take advantage of each and every opportunity available to you to progress and make yourselves both outstanding sailors and upstanding members of the community. You are the future of the United States Navy. Remember always the proud heritage and traditions of our Navy and carry them forward. I challenge each and every one of you to continue your progression through the ranks and be committed to being the best sailor on board when you report to your ship, squadron, or naval station. Continue to find that inner strength and resolve that carried you through recruit training and take it with you as you meet new challenges. Remember, you are a sailor in the finest Navy in the world, and you represent the fighting spirit of the Navy and those who have gone before you to defend freedom and democracy around the world. Be committed to excellence. In closing, I'd like to borrow from a quotation from the late President and former naval officer John F. Kennedy, who said, "I can imagine no more rewarding career, and any man who may be asked in this century what he did to make his life worthwhile, I think can respond with a great deal of pride and satisfaction by saying, I served in the United States Navy." Be proud that you are a sailor in my Navy and carry that pride forward to the fleet. I wish you the best in all your future endeavors and Godspeed, and may fair winds and following seas accompany you throughout your careers. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, Master Chief Dickinson III will now receive the salute of the graduating divisions as they pass in review. He will be joined on the review stand by our special guest of honor, Commander Khan, Rear Admiral Hunter, Commander of Naval Training Center, Great Lakes, Captain Hansen, our commanding officer, Captain Tellis, our executive officer, and Master Chief Petty Officer Sheridan, our command master chief.